BassGeek here. Somebody sent me some cool stuff. I've got a new partner, which means you're gonna save money. That's right, guys. We've got a new partner. Mustad reached out to me. Now, if you guys don't know who Mustad is, you must be hiding under a rock somewhere. Mustad hooks, Mustad tackle reached out to me and asked me if I would like to partner up with them. Of course, I said yes. I've been a big Mustad fan for a really long time, so I jumped on board. Now, that being said, right off the bat, I want to tell you what that means for you. It means anytime, you don't have to wait for a sale. There will be always links in the description and a code where you get 20% off anything Mustad makes. 20% year-round, all the time, in the description. All you have to do is follow that link, type in the BassGeek code, and you get 20% off any Mustad products at mustad.com. So I hope you guys enjoy that, man. You can get 20% off some of the best hooks on the market. And I mean, man, they make everything. So make sure you get out there and you check them out. Now, they sent me an awesome care package. I want to go over everything that they sent with me, or sent to me. Some of the things, they are out of stock right now, which, I mean, guys, you know how it is. You know, it's hard to get your hands on about anything right now. So hang in there. Stock is coming. Things are coming. Just like anywhere, you know, things are being manufactured now, and they're being made, and they're making our way out to the retailers. So again, be patient, but they've got a ton of good stuff, and I'm going to show you what they sent me and what I asked for. All right, so let's start with the standard single hooks. Now, I'm a huge fan of their Nico hooks, which I actually got some. They're Nico slash wacky rig hooks. They're straight shank. Well, these are kind of a very, very weedless version of those. These are called their impact weedless hooks, okay? Now, what I like about these is that you're able to, they've got a little bit of weight on them. This weight right here is 1/32, so it's very light, but it's a little bit of weight, and it's very, I like the wire that they put on there, and it closes in when the fish bites very easily. So they're very weedless. I got them in two sizes, the 1/0 and the 2/0. But I'm going to use these for wacky rigs, and you can really get these into some gnarly wood and not get hung up anywhere like you would with the standard open hooks. They are very good to be able to get a wacky rig in areas and just a little bit deeper because of the weight, you know, that you normally wouldn't. Sticking with the weedless wacky, or the wacky, and the Nico. This is my favorite, and a Nico for me is really almost surpassed a standard shaky head for me. And the reason why is because the action of when you're lifting that Nico rig up, and especially during the summer, we'll do a video on it about, you know, that Magnum Nico rig, which I love so much. And that is the Mustad Titan X Wacky and Nico hooks. Now, these hooks are straight shank, and of course I got them in several different sizes. I got the 2/0, the 1/0. Gotta have your number 1s, gotta get finessey too, and your number 2s. These are good size hooks. They're perfect for the Nico rig, guys. I can't tell you how good these hooks are when it comes to rigging those Nico rigs, those 1 and 2/0 for those mag Nico rigs out on those ledges or those deep points or humps during the summertime. Those hooks I really love. Now, they do, and this is one of the ones that I wanted some different sizes, but they, you know, stocks are low, but just keep checking back. These are the #1 Titan X Wacky Nico hooks, but these are the weedless version, and they've got a little light kind of, I don't know what that is, but some sort of fiber, maybe a monofilament, something like that around it, so that you can rig your Nico and have a little more protection. So if you're coming through some brush piles or something like that. Now that is the 1/0 size. That's a good all-around size. So at least they did have that in stock right now. Now, going from there, something that I love, and again, I will do another video on it, is the swing head, or the wobble head, whatever you want to call it. That is a bait that during spring and summer, it is always on my boat. Always. It's such a good bait, and it's so weedless. One of the problems with bringing it through cover is the bait tends to get knocked down. So I discovered these hooks a couple years back, and what I love is they've got a little kink. So they're EWG hooks, which is what I like on a wobble or a swing head, because it sets that bait up just a little bit higher and gives it a little more action as it's coming through. So you really get that side to side wobble, and that, you know, gives it, like I said, a little more action as it's tilting over left or right. These are the Ultra Lock soft plastic hooks. Now what I love about them is you can see that little kink right there on the top. So you've got a little bit longer shank area between the bends and the eyelet, which means you can get a little more bite on those, like especially if you're throwing a floating worm, if you're throwing a fluke or some sort of soft jerkbait. Guys, these are the hooks for you. Trust me, that bait stays up there with the hardest twitches. It's not going to slide down the hook nearly as much as you would with a standard EWG or offset worm hook. And like I said, the wobble head, it really keeps any sort of brush or grass from pushing that down nearly as bad. And I got these in a few different sizes. That's my 5/0. That's my 4/0. My 3/0. 2/0. And my 1/0. These are also great when you're using a drop shot and you need to Texas rig it. You're throwing it around some stuff on a worm, okay? So you're really fishing for those largemouth, those bigger worms. You got to Texas rig that. Now that is a little heavier hook. It's not super heavy wire. So, you know, this is gonna be close to a kind of a power shot thing. So, but those are great. It's great because it gives you just a little more room between your line, your knot, and, you know, the eye of the hook. So, or the bends between the eye of the hook and the bends. So you've got a little more room to play with, and you don't have to worry about bunching it up and getting that just right. You know, we were talking about the other hooks earlier, and we were talking about how they keep the bait on the hook a little bit better, keep it from sliding down. Well, these are called the grip pins, okay? And these are the soft plastic hooks, the KVD soft plastics, and they have the grip pins on them. I love these, especially for baits like, let's say you're throwing some sort of Z-mans, whether it be a stick bait, a regular worm, a crawl. These are great for those types of baits. That grip pin really holds them up. They're great for any types, like a fluke. If you're just Texas rigging a tube, a creature bait, some sort of beaver bait, these are great for that. I love and have fell in love with that grip pin. I've also fell in love with it on their flipping hooks. Unfortunately, they were sold out of those. There's more in actually right now. But I got these in several sizes. I got them in the 2/0. These are kind of the EWGs. I got them in the 4/0. They were out of the 3s, the 5/0, and of course, the 6/0. Now, Mustad, of course, everybody knows the triple grips, right? Of course, I had to pick some of those up. Now, before I pick the triple grips up, though, guys, and we'll do a video on talking about this too, there's always applications for round bends versus, you know, the EWGs, the kind of inward pointing hooks on crankbaits. There's certain times of the year when you really do want to throw one over the other. So, of course, I did pick up some of the KVD Elite round bend trebles. Now, I've got them in the number 2s and the number 4s. This is one, you know, I did want to get several different sizes in, but of course, stock levels are low. So I'm going to go back in and really stock up on their trebles. They've got so many good things. I can't even explain to you everything that's on the website. Guys, you need to go to Mustad and check it out. Remember, use that 20% off code, which will be in the description below. So here's a great example of the diversity of treble hooks that Mustad makes. And this is what I love. If you're fishing around cover, for me, I like to throw, you know, those DT20s, but I like to throw them around wood, around brush piles. So this is great because what this is this is the KVD Elite treble. This is 2X short, so they're very short shank hooks, and they're 1X strong, which means they're a little heavier wire. But what's great about these is that they are short. So I can put these on, say, a 6XD or a 5XD, even a 5XD, put it on the front and get it down, get that 5XD a little bit deeper because it is a heavier wire hook, so it's a little heavier. I can also put it on, you know, a DT20, and what's going to happen is that bill and the body of that bait is going to protect it because those hooks are tucked up just a little bit. Now, if you're getting short strikes, you're probably going to want to go to a standard hook, but if you're bringing that bait, you can bring that bait through a lot more, like I said, gnarly sort of brush piles and not get hung up near as much, especially if you're bringing it across any sort of wood, stumps, that sort of thing. You can swap these hooks out, and where they're shorter, you're gonna be much more protected by that bait's body and bill. Now, of course, we can't go without our triple grips, okay? Everybody knows it. One of the most famous, well-known, solid treble hooks you can buy. I got these in a size 1, and so these are your standard KVD triple grips. Oh, the other ones, by the way, were a 1/0, so pretty good size hook there. These are the KVD Elite triple grips. These are a size 6, you know, good size for a lot of your smaller crankbaits and your jerkbaits. And then, of course, a size 6. These are the red round bend KVD Elites, and these are a number 6 also. Again, a good size for your jerk baits and that sort of stuff. So guys, again, if you're a big Mustad fan, hopefully I just saved you some money. That was the biggest deal about jumping in with them. Saved me some money, saved you some money. I use their products all the time anyway, especially their triple grips and their treble hooks. So you know, hopefully we're going to save some money, guys. And like I said, make sure that code is in the description below, and that link, it is an affiliate link, so it does help me out. So guys, please make sure you use that link if you go out and get them. But the code is down there, and it'll save you 20% off any order from the Mustad website And that way you never have to wait on a sale. You can get all your hooks 20% off anytime you want them. All right, guys, as always, listen, I've been working on the house, getting stuff done. It is summertime, it is spring. The tournaments took up a lot of my time this year. You guys, really should go back and watch those tournaments. It was a tough year on me, but it was a big learning experience. These were big time tournaments. We're talking about the smallest tournament had like 219 boats. On average, it probably averaged somewhere right around about 232 boats. So we're talking about $10,000 big time money competing in these big tournaments. These were the biggest tournaments I'd ever fished, and so it was a learning experience, but it really got the juices flowing. So guys, make sure you go back and check that stuff out. We're going to be doing a lot of fishing coming up here the next few months. The house should be done, completely done here in the next couple 3 weeks. I'll give you guys a tour of the house total once it's done. Right now there's still things that just look like they're under construction, because they are, and I just, that's kind of ugly. I appreciate all you guys. I don't know kind of what's happened to the channel, but it seems like about half the audience has left. So all you guys that are hanging around, man, I appreciate your loyalty. I appreciate your patience with me over the end of last year. I appreciate you watching the tournament videos. And, as always, we're going to work to get better, to be a better channel, to be a better angler. I say it all the time. I'm no pro, but I do want to continue to be a better angler and catch more fish. And these tournaments forced me to fish way outside of my box than what I've been doing for the past several years. And it's fun. But we're going to get back to some offshore stuff. Man, I've got a ton of good videos planned for grass. So I'm going to really break down some stuff and fix some things that some other YouTubers I've seen, and they are so misinformed. But anyway, all that being said, guys, as always, questions and comments in the comment section below, guys. Make sure you are leaving those questions, comments. It helps the channel. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you get the notifications when these videos come out. I appreciate you guys that are watching them come hell or high water. You guys, man, you guys rock.